all over the world. And we are session 5. If you want to change, let's start by changing ourselves. And this is what we are doing right now. We are changing our mindset. We are moving online. We are accepting the online meeting to move on with our Toastmasters journey. And I'm sure when all this period will go out, it will be only the good memories that even in the hard times, we are connected together and we are united as one, whole District 20 family as one. I'm so happy to be part of this challenge. I love challenges, and I'm sure that our district will rock today. And best of luck. Let's enjoy the meeting. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you very much, DTM Wafa Salman. We are an young person who is a Program Quality Director of District 20, DTM Mohammed Saleem. May I request on behalf of all of you, DTM Mohammed Saleem, to say a few words on this occasion.
Thank you. Thank you very much, DTM Annadata Murli Manohar. It's a wonderful opportunity to be part of this excellent event, actually. First of all, I'd like to greet you all with Islamic greeting of Assalamu alaikum during the month of Ramadan. But at the same time, I'd like to share a small Hindu mythology for you all, actually. For those who know about it, there is God called Lord Shiva, and he had 2 children. One is Ganesha and one is Lord Murga, actually. And once there was a competition among the children. It's that whoever goes around the world would get a fruit. It's a divine fruit, actually. So what happens, there's a competition. Lord Murga immediately jumps into his peacock and goes around the world, actually. Whereas Lord Ganesha doesn't have a peacock or a vehicle. He just has a mouse. So he goes around the parents and gets the fruit, actually. The point here is that no matter what, we don't need to travel around the world. We can go around the world sitting at the comfort zone over here, and it's a wonderful opportunity, actually. So we need to use this technology in a wise manner, and it is an excellent initiative. Earlier I had thought about having a marathon. Long ago, actually, we wanted to have a marathon, but that was not feasible. Now that with the technology and with the quarantine, we are able to have this facility, and we are going very well, actually. To be very honest, actually, I'm not missing the convention because I'm going to meet you all over here. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. All the best. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mohammed Saleem, DTM Mohammed Saleem. Next, we have another lady who is helping our district to grow to greater heights. She is our district growth director, ALKA KUMRA, DTM ALKA KUMRA. May I request you to say a few words on this occasion? Over to CGD.
Good morning, or good evening, and good day to all the Toastmasters from District 20 and beyond the boundaries of District 20. It's a great pleasure for me to be in this online meeting where we are meeting our brothers and sisters from across the world. This is a challenge that our district accepted, and I'm happy to see everyone coming forward to be a part of this meeting. Over the last few weeks that we have been having these online meetings, I have met zillions of Toastmasters virtually, within the district and beyond, which I could have never done, which I could have never been able to do in such a short period if it was physical meetings, and at no additional cost. This is the beauty of our Toastmasters, who evolve in front of every difficulty, every challenge. They overcome and find an opportunity in adversity to continue growing, to continue learning, to continue networking, and to continue meeting each other and helping each other. So all the best for this meeting, And well done to the organizers to have this kind of a dream meeting. And all the best once again to all the role players. And back to you, Event Chair DTM Murli.
Thank you very much, DTM ALKA KUMRA. 6 continents, 12 sessions, 20 plus districts involved, one purpose, Toastmasters throughout the world for tomorrow. I would also like to introduce our Zoom master who has been kind enough to train all of us, not just for this meeting, but over the last 2 months for various occasions, including our division contest. Our Zoom master is Area Director KAJETAN BARETTO. Thank you, KAJETAN. And before I hand over the platform, I would also like to extend a warm and sincere welcome and on this happy occasion of Holy month of Ramadan, which is the first day of Ramadan in India, but in Middle East we are already celebrating it for the second day. Kulamatul Takir, Ramadan Kareem. With this note, I'm going to invite the zeal, the enthusiastic Toastmaster of the day, Area Director TABASSUM, who is the Master of Ceremonies and the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, TABASSUM Ali.
Thank you so much. Our Division E Director, DTM Murli Manohar, who's also the event chair of this occasion. Wishing all of you good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wow, a triad of 3 goodies for all of you. Let's together towards tomorrow. And I'm here, your Toastmaster of the day, TMOD, for this Toastmaster meeting. TABASSUM Ali, that again is one of the triads. Cool, yes. So before we embark on this wonderful journey of triads, thanks for the organizers. Thank you so much that for keeping us Toastmasters sleepless all around the night, all around the clock. Now it's when the whole world is under a lockdown, we Toastmasters are up 24 hours a day. I mean, only Toastmasters can do something like that, commendable. My theme for today, zeal, zest, and zenith. I had to Google it out to find good appropriate word with a Z factor. So today I'm not going to start with some kind of inspirational story to inspire you all. I'm just going to maintain all the zest and the zenith of today's meeting. So let me give you a small little task. Come on, how many audience we have now? 66. Okay, minus me 1, it's 65. All of you come up with all vocabulary of Z. Let's make this meeting a Z meeting. You have a chat box right next to you. So type as many words that you know. Zoo, zoology, zootopia. Let me see the chat box getting filled up. Come on, start. I will start reading few of your names with whatever Z letter words you are typing in. Let me see. Did I see any? Yes. Zebra, zillion, zoom, zip, Zishan. Zishan, you're writing your name. Zap, Zara, zoology, zeal. Wow, that's amazing. It's like a dictionary. Zoomail, zap, flowing. Wow, wow. Amazing. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. It's nice to see. Yes, yes. I can see that all the audience are awake and nobody is like, just on their profile pic and they are going here and there. So thank you for being attentive. So I know I have n number of audience watching me. Thank you for maintaining that zeal and zest. And yes, it's still Zambi, Zib, Zina, Tabassum. Wow. That's a Tabassum. That's a new one. Okay. Now I'm the captain of your ship for the next 2 hours. I know you're going around the world in one day. So now from 11 to 1, I will be the captain and I will be rowing the ship, but I will not be rowing the ship alone. I have many distinguished Toastmasters, mainly from District 20, Kuwait, as well as Bahrain, who will be rowing and making this journey zealous, zestful, and taking you to the zenith of today's meeting. Let me begin with our first role player, that is a general evaluator. She is GTM Fatima Abdu. Let me start with a brief introduction. By profession, she's ELT supervisor, English language teaching supervisor at the Ministry of Education. She's a passionate person, love to inspire others. Currently, she's Division F Director, Pathways Ambassador, member of 7 clubs. Got her first DTM in November 2018. Second will she get in this month. Wow, congratulations in advance. So please, can you explain your role as a general evaluator?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for this wonderful introduction. Toastmasters from all over the world, a very good morning and a very warm welcome to all guests from all the globe. My role for today is a general evaluator, and we all know that all members who join Toastmasters, they join for one main purpose, that is to improve their leadership and communication skills. Evaluation plays a crucial role, and my role for today is to lead this session of evaluation with a very wonderful team. I will let you know more about this session on time. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, DTM Fatma Abdu, for this wonderful introduction. Now, time is essence, time is money. So let us move on to our money man, our DTM Dashti, Mohammed Dashti. Is he here?
No, we have replaced AREEJ JAAFAR for time.
Okay. Then I have to do a small formality. Do we have other role players in the agenda?
Everyone, only AREEJ is replaced.
Okay, cool. So then we will be having a new timer, DTM AREEJ JAAFAR. But before that, I would propose a change in the agenda, that our new timer is DTM AREEJ JAAFAR. The rest of the role players remain the same. So I would like someone to please propose the agenda and second the agenda so we can adopt it.
I, Toastmaster Murli Manohar, I would like to make the changes in the agenda for the timer session. DTM AREEJ JAAFAR will be the timer in the place of DTM Mohammed Dashti.
And
Thank
this
you
is
so much.
DTM TABASSUM. This is DTM KHALID Abdullah. I second the motion of DTM Mondi.
Thank you so much. With that, we adopt the new agenda. Thank you so much. So our new timer will be DTM AREEJ JAAFAR. She's an amazing, vibrant person, and I don't need to introduce her. Here is DTM AREEJ JAAFAR. Over to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. My role as a timer today, that I will be showing the time screen to everyone based on the session for each participant. And during each session, I will be explaining the time, or you want me to explain each session right now? Toastmaster Tabassum.
I would recommend if you can explain before each segment, because it will be better that yeah, the Toastmasters will be
okay, there will be a minimum
quickly, would you
time of the time and the maximum of the time. At the minimum of the time, I'll be showing the green screen. 1 second. And my face will be green. At the mid of the time, you will see the yellow screen. And then at the max, when the time is over, you will see the red screen, and each segment will be explained by the time. Back to you.
Thank you so much, our timer DTM AREEJ JAAFAR, who is an amazing speaker, and consistently she has been scoring in her division, and last year she was at the district for her international speech and also evaluation segment. And yes, if we are talking about Zez, Zeal, and Zenith, then I will say AREEJ is the person. Yesterday, she was initially, as per our agenda, a table topic Toastmaster. But then yesterday she had kind of breathing issue, and I think she had to go to the hospital, get herself checked, and she gave up. Yes, AREEJ, I need to tell this. Yes, I need to tell this. And And yes, and today when we needed a timer, she is the one who stepped in. So I think please give some reactions of applause for her, because this is the Toastmaster spirit which keeps the meeting going on. Thank you so much, Ali Jafar. Moving on to the next segment, we have a grammarian. So we better watch our English and our words and don't falter, because his pen is going to be clicking. So for a grammarian, we have a wonderful person all across from Bahrain. Yes, DTM Shankar. He is the Division D Director of District 20, man with full-on zeal. So all call him Zen, a very relaxed person. Now, according to him, zeal and zest, please listen carefully, except for Shankar, your wife. His zeal and zest is by openly chatting with his childhood friends and by secretly chatting with his girlfriends. It gives a lot of positive energy during this lockdown. Over to you, grammarian DTM Shankar.
Thank you, TMOD. Toastmasters from all over the world. Hi to everyone. As a grammarian, I will be monitoring the usage of language for all the speakers. I will be taking note of good usage of language, words, phrase, quotes, and also the language where there is a scope of improvement. As a grammarian, it's my duty to introduce a word of the day. The word of the day for this meeting is zillion, meaning it's an extremely large number. Zillion is huge, but not a specific number. Example, we can use it like this. Zillions of Toastmasters participated in this 24 hours global meeting. I encourage all the Toastmasters to use this word zillion at zillions of time. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, DTM Shankar. Now moving on to the next role is of counter. That is DTM Khalid Abdullah, another person, a friend all the way from Bahrain. And he's the Division B Director, President of 2 clubs, BAPCO and St. Paul, VP Education of Bahrain. Over to you for your role.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. My role as an counter is very simple. I would be watching you. I would be watching for your crutches, such as sounds, and overused words like well, so, like, but. And I already started counting for our PQD. He said actually 10 times. And I would watch as well for your repeated words, I, and in Arabic, يعني. And for those who are watching, jijaw. Okay, the Kuwaiti are not around. So this is my role in short. I'll be watching you. Thank you so much. Over to you, the Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Wonderful description. Now moving on to this amazing role of HARK Master, which will all get your listening skills up. For that, we have an amazing lady, DTM Sandy Stein. She's a senior instructor of American University of Kuwait and maintains her zealous by keeping away from negative news, whatever the news, 1 hour, and then she is focuses herself into a lot of positivity. Over to you, DTM Sandy Stein, for explaining your role.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, and welcome everybody, and Ramadan Kareem. Today, I want you to pay attention, because my job as HARK Master is to listen, and then I get to quiz you. So I am going to be quizzing you on your listening skills. Pay close attention, because I have already started. See, I've already got a page of notes just from session 5. Listen carefully, and I will see you during the evaluation session.
Thank you so much, DTM Sandy Stein. Hey, how did I land into Singapore? Well, you'll come to know why is it that so. Our vote counter will be up by our Zoom moderator, DTM KAJETAN BARETTO, whom you have already met. And a small request to all of you before we jump into our prepared segment is that for table topic, please, whoever would volunteer, there is a small request that ensure that your connectivity is good, that your video is on, and you can message our table topic Toastmaster RAMKUMAR Nachupalli privately that you are interested in the table topic segment, or you can, in the participant, raise your hand so he will make note of it so we can save on that little bit of time. Now, Singapore, why did I come here? Because our speaker at the moment is in Singapore. So we have taken that extra mileage to go all the way there and bring him here. Our speaker for today is GTM FARHAZ FAROUK. And before I introduce him and call him, I would like to call his evaluator, who is DTM Nancy VIJO. And Nancy VIJO, wow, a lot of papers I have here. Yes, she is currently the reigning district champion of 2019 for table topics and evaluation. Twin victory, mind you, until our DTAC 2020 hit the limelight. Mother of two cute daughters, she loves to read her posts on Facebook where she brings to life simple happenings of life, yet so poetically. During the lockdown, she's been doing amazing things, cooking, and just today morning I saw this wonderful pizza she posted on Facebook. My, so yummy. Over to you, DTM Nancy VIJO.
Thank you, TABASSUM, for the amazing introduction. Today I'm going to evaluate DTM FARHAZ on his speech called Inspire Your Audience. This is from the path called Leadership Development, and the speech title is exactly the same. His purpose statements are to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The timing is 5 to 7 minutes. DTM FARHAZ, I look forward to your speech. Good luck.
Yes, let me just take over and a quick introduction. DTM FARHAZ, his personal messed up member of 5 clubs in Bahrain. Okay, that's his words, not mine. And now looking for clubs to join in Sri Lanka. Wow. Sri Lankans, anyone here? Please notice prospective member, currently a COVID-19 refugee stranded in Singapore. What a place. Wow, to get stranded in. Zest and zeal staying indoor and ensuring don't test positive. Yeah, positive is the new negative word of today. Over to you, DTM FARHAZ FAROUK.
DTM FARHAZ, before you start, make sure you pin the timer.
Yes, DTM, okay. Toastmaster KAJETAN, I'm looking for the timer to pin her. Okay, I found her. Or have I? Yes, I have. Interesting. I'm not able to pin the timer.
But can you see her on the top screen?
Please don't use spotlight video. Now you should be able to see it.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Done. My wife and I were walking along the banks of the great river Nile one day. The sun was shining brightly at us. A cool, calm, and comforting breeze blew across our face, and the sound of the waves crashing into the banks was strangely relaxing. The bright sun, the soothing breeze, and the crashing waves made my mind wander, as it usually does. I was thinking about this great river. It starts its life at its source, very small. It rushes down the highlands, picking up speed, water, and silt, reaches the plain, slows down, meanders along its path, divides itself at its delta, and flows into the sea. I asked my wife, Niro, what do you think about the life cycle of the other rivers of the world? And she told me, FARHAZ, they are exactly the same. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I spent my childhood in Saudi Arabia. I went to an Indian school and therefore learning Hindi was part of the curriculum. This Sri Lankan kid was getting confused. So when I got to my mid-teens, my parents decided, you know, it's time to ship this guy off to his homeland so he can reconnect with the roots. I was looking forward to this. I was zealous about the whole thing. So with a lot of zest, I wanted to get back to Sri Lanka. This was going to give me an opportunity to get to know my land, get to know its people, the language, and, try to understand this strange game called cricket. When I got to Sri Lanka, I realized I was completely lost. I didn't know the country, the people, the language, and to make matters completely worse, even after a zillion times of explanation, the only thing I learned about cricket was that it was the name of an insect. In my neighborhood, there were some naughty kids. I called him the naughty neighborhood nasties. Each time I walked past, they used to tell me things in their local language, which is Sinhala, and I didn't understand a word. They started laughing about it. I didn't like them, and they didn't like me. Our feelings were mutual and exactly the same. There was only one way I could get back at them, and that was to learn their language and give it back to them in style. So that's exactly what I did. I started studying the alphabets. And strangely and scintillatingly similar it seemed to my knowledge of Hindi that I had. Don't get me wrong, it looked different because it uses different scripts, but structurally and phonetically, these two languages, Hindi and Sinhala, were exactly the same. As with learning any new language, ladies and gentlemen, I made sure I got my foundation strong. I learned all the bad words first. Armed with this arsenal, I walked up to the naughty neighborhood nasties and I gave them from the most eloquent words in Sinhala that I had just learned. They were shocked. I was impressed. I was at my zenith of my knowledge of Sinhala. Life eventually went on and I completely just got on with life. A few years later, my grandmother fell quite ill. She needed emergency surgery. And with emergency surgery comes the need for a lot of blood. One day, while I was looking at this queue of blood donors, I was shocked to see these naughty neighborhood nasties standing in the queue to donate blood. Yes, the people I didn't like, I thought they didn't like me. When I collected myself, I walked up to one of them and I said, "Hey, you're here donating blood for my grandmother?" And the gentleman told me one of the most amazing things I have heard in my life. He said, "Brother, we may have different skin color, but if you cut through the hand, open it and look, deep down inside, we are all exactly the same." Yes, the same naughty neighborhood nasties I did not like, who I had given a belly full of eloquent Sinhala vocabulary, have come here to donate blood to my grandmother, the blood that runs through their vein to my grandmother. And in the process, they donated me a whole load of humanity that was running through their entire body. Ladies and gentlemen, at the banks of the river Nile, I had asked my wife one more question. I had asked her, "What do you think about the life cycle of human beings, Niro?" And she said, "Farhaz, they are exactly the same as the great rivers." And I told her, "Please explain." And explain she did. She said, "We start our lives in the wombs of our mothers, small. We go through our formative years, picking up education, friends, and habits. We reach the plains of our life, slow down, our middle ages, follow our path, divide ourselves at the delta into race, language, religion, nationality, but ultimately we flow into the sea of humanity." John F. Kennedy has said, "What unites us is far greater than what divides us." Ladies and gentlemen, the current situation that we are all in, all of us are fighting just one enemy, the coronavirus. This little virus does not differentiate between any of its victims. Now, my question to you is, if this little virus thinks and considers that we are all exactly the same, why not we? Do not let things like status, situation, and our upbringing divide us. Do not let origins and background divide us. Do not let race, language, religion, and nationality divide us. Because, ladies and gentlemen, deep down inside, all of us are exactly the same. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. 1 minute for the feedback.
You can pray there, no? Hmm? Hmm.
Are we ready to go?
20 seconds more.
Thank you. Now I'm going to say thanks a zillion. So at least some credit on word of the day. Moving on to the next speaker. But before I introduce the speaker, our evaluator, GTM NOOR, a Toastmaster for more than 7 years, VP Education of Mayspring Toastmasters, professionally an IITian from India. I have seen make most amazing websites and can answer any technology related questions like a whiz. DTM Toastmaster, DTM Noor Mohammed, over to you.
Madam Toastmaster TABBASSUM Ali, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, good day to you all. Today, our second zestful speaker, DTM Ola Rashid, is embarking on her second speech from her second project in Effective Coaching Path. Her title of the speech is My Precious Jar, and her timing is 5 to 7 minutes. My Precious Jar, DTM Ola Rashid. The screen is all yours.
Thanks a zillion, DTM Noor Mohammed. Now, our speaker, a beautiful DTM Ola Rashid. She has been a Toastmaster for 5 years, member of 3 clubs, Triad. Excited to be a finalist for evaluation at DTAG this year. Congratulations. By profession, she works as an academic advisor, team leader for engineering students. Zest and zeal. Initially, it wasn't easy for her, but she was quick to realize that it's not working. So she channelized all her energy into her workout, trying some new dishes, enrolling for a few online courses, and of course, catching up on her favorite serials on Netflix. Over to you, DTM Ola Rashid. Please set the timer.
Yes. Am I audible? Okay, great. I just need to turn the timer. I'm trying to pin. Can you stop sharing the screen so I can pin AREEJ? Okay. A small positive note can make your mood for a day, and a small negative note can change your own way. But a mix of this and that can change who you are for a lifetime. Toastmaster of the day, full of Toastmasters all over the globe. Greetings. I love what the Spanish people say. La vida es corta, si no una aventura. Life is short, have an adventure. To be honest with you, I didn't realize the meaning of that phrase till I turned 30. Why 30? Because at that age, I joined Toastmasters. And what is a bigger adventure in life like Toastmasters? Now, officially, we get engaged in 2015. But for any relation, you need to have a pre-communication time. And that was in 2014. I will never forget the first time I attended Toastmasters meeting. It was in the mid of October, very cozy night, 7 p.m., entered one of the libraries on Kuwait. Now, when you open the door, you can see the stage in your left hand. You would never miss the semi-circled red chairs. Now, anyone attend Toastmaster for the first time, and I do believe all of you can connect to this, you always choose the last line, the chair in the corner, and you just zip inside. You make sure no one will see you. But later on, I learned that Toastmaster teaches you how to pick up those people and irritate them with your questions. At that time, there was a speaker on the stage who was so confident, and I really loved the way he was speaking, the topic he was sharing with the people, and the way he was interacting with the audience. And the only question I had in my mind, would I will be able to speak like him? But I and I joined the Toastmasters club, and in 2015, in February, officially I became a member, and I got that courage to do my icebreaker. And I'm pretty sure that icebreaker experience for all of you, it was unforgettable. For me, it was like drowning in the water from 4 to 6 minutes, trying to breathe. And literally at that day, I couldn't remember anything. Even people didn't know anything about me. All when I came to the stage and said, my name is Ola, and I shared the story. But after that, the actual adventure started with me. When I heard the Toastmaster of the day says, okay, timer, please, let's have 1 minute of silence so Ola can collect the feedback from the people. I said, hello, now people will start to judge me. But when I started to collect those small notes from them, and I started to read, oh my God, I felt I am the best speaker ever in the world. Later on, I realized every icebreaker speaker will give the same notes to encourage him or her to join Toastmasters. And that was so effective that pushed me to do my second speech directly. And speech after speech, these small notes started to get packed more and more, enlarged in the number, and even started to be for me blessings from the sky, raining from the people. Now, these small notes, I was thinking, I really need to do with it. Now, there is some notes they will tell you that are really very good, and other notes they will tell you in your vocal variety, work in your body movement, expression, and all these areas of improvement. For me, I felt the best way to save these small notes, brownies jar. What is better than a brownies jar to keep these precious ones? But let me tell you, as you can see in this chart, every single piece of paper, for me, it was like the glue that was picking the good skills in me and to try to enhance the parts that I need to work on and try to replace it with something better to make and shape who I am today. This is why I have collected in over 5 years with every single each speech. But if we can realize it with every single note in this jar, my precious jar. These notes made me. These notes helped me to be a better version of myself. At the same time, they are using. When you're waiting for you, you have too much confidence, you need to reduce it. And that makes me really smile whenever I pick these small notes from time to time and see what people they have wrote and how much I have improved in my journey. These ones, if you will look at, consider them, these are small steps that you are taking in your journey. The steps that helping you to take the ladder of success, not only in Toastmasters, but also in your professional life and your personal life. Are you ready to create your own precious jar? Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a zillion, DTM Ola RASHEED. 1 minute for your feedback, please. Moving on to our next segment, which most of the Toastmasters wait for and few of them dread, like me. So all the Toastmasters ready for our table topic segment? It will be headed by our wonderful DTM Ramkumar Nachupalli. He's a Toastmaster for more than 7 years, BP Education. Oh, I'm reading the wrong. DTM Ramkumar Nachupalli. He's immediate past division director. By profession, he's a health, safety, security, and environment professional working for Kuwait Oil Company as resilience team position engineer. As a Toastmaster, he has won many accolades in Toastmasters, double DTM in traditional as well as in pathways, 6 times triple crown and a pathways ambassador. Over to you, DTM Ramkumar Nachupalli. You have 20 minutes for your segment. Over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful Toastmaster of the Day, TABASSUM. Viewers and wonderful dignitaries, members across the globe. A warm good afternoon, good evening, good night across the GMT. What a wonderful meeting we have today. Are you all ready with the table topics? I have received a couple of the messages over my WhatsApp and I have our names ready, though I encourage everyone, if you are willing to, please continue for the message. Table topics is something that sharpen your skills, the listening skills. Standing up on your feet and challenging yourself with the impromptu speaking is something that among the zillions, only few can able to do it and capture it. Today, I have a wonderful, simple table topics for you. Before that, the coronavirus, I call it as a punk. A punk was at its zenith because punk, they don't follow society rules. They seems to be very crazy. But we will defeat it with our prayers, Zillions are praying to fight, to stay strong. Now, with that note, I urge you to come forward to the table topics today. First, please put your hands together to welcome the first volunteer, DTM Sandy STEIN. DTM Sandy STEIN. Are you there?
I'm here. Thank you, Ramkumar.
Thank you. Your first topic is true happiness comes from the joy of deeds well done. DTM Sandy. True happiness comes from the joy of deeds well done. Over to you.
True happiness comes from the joy of deeds, according to the quote that Ramkumar gave me. I believe that there is some truth to this. When we have a harmony between the deeds that we do and the beliefs that we hold, that is what can bring us joy. However, it can also flip, because perhaps our deeds are not something that are good. And if our deeds are not good, then that is not going to bring us happiness. Therefore, it really depends on the situation as far as I'm concerned. Let me give you an example. You see this lovely thing that I'm wearing on my head. Well, I didn't start off wearing this. I'm from the US. I was born and raised there, but I've been in Kuwait now for about 30 years. And I ended up converting to Islam, but I didn't wear this for a long time. And most people treated me like the average American. And I felt that there was a disconnect between my beliefs and my deeds. And so once I actually decided to go ahead and put on the hijab, then I felt a harmony in my deeds and my actions, my deeds and my beliefs, that brought me enormous happiness. So for me, if you can bring these two together instead of having a disconnect, then yes, your actions can bring you happiness. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. The second table topic is, please, there is one volunteer, Akshay Singh. Akshay Singh, moderator, can you zoom Akshay Singh?
Can you, Ram, can you please expand the timing also for the benefit of all the attendees?
Okay. As we all know about the timing, you will have 1 minute. Green card will be shown at one. Oh, timer is here.
Yeah.
Can you switch on? AREEJ, back to AREEJ.
Yes.
Table topic timing.
Okay, each participant will have 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will be showing the green screen. 1.5 minutes, the yellow screen, and 2 minutes will be the red screen. After that, you will have a 30 seconds grace period to wrap up your speech. Back to you, DTM Morley.
Thank you. Thank you, AREEJ. I hope we are clear on the timings now. Now there is a second volunteer who has personally messaged Akshay Singh. Akshay Singh, are you there? District 98. Thank you.
He is the main organizer of the event.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Please put your hands to welcome Toastmaster Akshay Singh. Your topic is, in order to be successful, you must first learn to forgive. Toastmaster Akshay, in order to be successful, you must first learn to forgive.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for this wonderful topic. Every one of us are aware that in order to climb the zenith of a peak, you need to climb each step once at a time. And while climbing each step, there might be moments when you have failed. And that failure is something which you keep in your mind and it discourages you to climb the next step. And that is the moment when you need to forgive yourself. Because we all are humans and humans tend to make mistakes. No one is perfect. We all tend to make mistakes, and those mistakes help us to learn something new, which we can utilize to again climb the ladder back so that we can keep climbing one step at a time, that eventually we reach the zenith. And that's what we need. We need immense zeal so that we can climb such steps, such zillion steps, because the ladder of success keeps on growing. We can achieve our one peak of success, and it is the time we need to forgive ourselves more for all the mistakes we are again going to make in order to climb the next zeal or the next zenith point. In our life, success is something which keeps on going farther away from us when we achieve one step or we have achieved a milestone. It is never too late to forgive yourself and move forward, because that's what is the important aspect of life. You need to be able to forgive so that you can climb the next step of your ladder of success and keep climbing so that you can reach one day to the zenith. Over to you, Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now the third table topic volunteer, I received his volunteering for the table topic, Jayaprasad Rama Krishna. Jayaprasad Rama Krishna. Moderator, please, can you find him? Thank you. Are you ready? Please show your thumbs up. Thank you. Toastmaster Jayaprasad Ramakrishna, your topic is never work a day in your life. Dream as if you will never forever. Never work a day in your life. Dream as if you will live forever.
My fellow Toastmasters and honorable table topics master, Toastmaster of the day. Never work a day and live as you never live forever. When we hear about the word work, we think about that hard work which we are forced to do just for the purpose of earning a living. Well, in that sense, never work a day is this message coming. If you put yourself for working just for the purpose of earning a living, you are wasting your life. Because as you have taken the life, is definitely your livelihood is going to be there for this life. What you need to use this life is for a higher purpose. If you are not going to live for another day, what do you need to do today as your last day of life? And anything what you do is for the purpose of serving others with love, then all that what you do will give you joy and happiness and never make you tired. That way you never work a day. You always live in love and you practice love. You become love. Your life will be purposeful, fulfilled, and you will experience happiness within yourself, all around yourself. Over to Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Jay Prasad.
Thank you, Table Topics Master.
We have another topic.
No, we don't have time. Let's ask the moderator to do the polling for both speakers, best speaker and best table topics.
Before Murali, can we ask timer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please, can we ask timer to give his timer report? DTM AREEJ JAAFAR, thank you.
Okay, now I can speak. For our both speakers, Toastmasters for FARHAZ, 6 minutes 51 seconds, and Toastmasters Ula, 6 minutes 55 seconds. Both of them are qualified for voting. We had 3 table topic speakers. Toastmaster Sandy, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Toastmaster Akshay, 1 minute 35 seconds. And Toastmaster Jaya Prasad, 2 minutes 8 seconds. All of them are qualified. Back to you.
Thank you. Now with that, I conclude my table topic section. I would like to now hand over to wonderful Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster TABASSUM. Thank you all. Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you so much, DTM Ramkumar Nachupalli, for a wonderful segment. Now, another moment which we are all waiting for, all the way from Bahrain, to introduce our keynote speaker, a very charming person, who will be introduced by none other than our Division E Director, DTM Murli Manohar. Over to you. DTM Murli Manohar.
Before I introduce the keynote speaker, may I request our moderator, please run a request our members to vote for the best speaker and best table topic speaker.
We will run the poll afterwards because the current poll has all 3 segments in it.
Okay, very good. Great. We are very fortunate enough to have a person who has been our District 20 Director, as well as today is a senior lecturer at the Bahrain University, educator, entrepreneur, research work on robotics and artificial intelligence. He has led the largest district in the world in 2016, consisting of 7 countries in the Middle East with over 360 plus clubs. A Toastmaster just joined 17 years back, and today the current region 11 advisor. Please help me welcome our close friend and our member, proud to be from the District 20, our Regional 11 advisor, DTM Ali Shabazz Ali. Ali Shabazz Ali will be giving a keynote speech on the topic, Let's Rumble. Ali ji, you have 15 to 20 minutes and our timer will show you the timing card from 15, 18 and 20. AREEJ?
That sounds perfect.
Thank you. Over to DTM Ali Shabazz Ali, Regional 11 advisor and from our own District 20. Over to you.
Thank you, Division E Director from District 20, Region 11, for that wonderful introduction. It's been a marathon since morning. That's my second speech for the day. And I'm so impressed that Toastmasters globally are coming together with such a wonderful, with wonderful forums, with events which brings the world Toastmasters closer to each other. I would like to also thank a zillion to our 24/7 organizers to give me this opportunity to present twice for the day. In short, I had two golden opportunities to enhance my skills today. Now, if you see my virtual background, I'm trying to restrict my movement a lot because in the morning keynote, one of the tech-savvy Toastmasters told me, DTM Ali, when you were speaking, there was a lot of disturbance, so please don't move. So I'm restricting not to move. And of course, I'm learning to go for some upgrading skills for my graphics card, or otherwise choose a low resolution image. And this is another opportunity which Toastmasters teaches us, which I didn't know before. So as I was saying, speaking twice, once in the morning, once now, is simply an opportunity for me. Being in Toastmasters for almost, nearly, touching 18 years, I surely have lots in my bag to pick, to recall, to inspire everybody, and to awaken some aspiration in all of you. One pick goes something like this. Years back from now, when I was a young Toastmaster, we had this team of enthusiastic Toastmasters in my home country, Bahrain, and we were so excited. We used to love taking roles, judging, chief judging, evaluation. We used to have very less clubs those days. If I recall, not more than 20, 25 clubs. So one of my friends gave me a call. He was a chief judge. And he told me, Ali, would you like to judge this evening? And I was like, yes, I would like to judge. But can I judge just 2 segments, not all 4? So he was like, no, I am short of people. I'm short of judges. You have to come for all 4. I remember I got a little upset. I said 4 once again, because those days, every single day, we were in a Toastmaster meeting. I said, I'm not going to judge all 4. He told me something fantastic, which I will never forget. He told me, Ali, well, I am giving you an opportunity. And if you want to take it, it's up to you, or I call somebody else. Well, I didn't take it up. I was in my own ego. No, I won't do it. Not all 4. I'm not going to sit again for all 4 categories. And the opportunity went to somebody else. But what happened to me for the next few hours while that contest was going, it ended. I had this thought-provoking session throughout that, what did I miss today? And what am I doing today evening? I didn't have actually anything important to do, anything productive to do. It's not like I had an important appointment with anybody. It was just my ego saying that I'm not going to judge all 4 once again, because we have been in the cycle of judging. I'll just take 2. I missed that opportunity. Now, what happened next time? Whenever I got this opportunity to judge, I always made sure that fine, if I don't have anything important, I just go for it. You see, Toastmasters is all about grabbing these opportunities. It's these opportunities which makes us polish our skills, whatever role it may be. Maybe a timer's role, which enhances our time management skills. And to be frank, being your region advisor, what happens is now I'm so much away from prepared speeches, and my home club, which is Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, knows that secret, that for many of my speeches, I'm always overtimed. And I can see some members even laughing on the screen now. And why am I overtimed? Because of regularly doing keynote speeches, I stopped doing prepared speeches. I never gave time to it. And so it's so hard from 40 minutes coming down to 5 to 7 minute speech once again and delivering it, making sure I don't go overboard. This Friday, that's yesterday, I was overtimed once again by probably 39 seconds. So to all the members who know that I get overboard. I am getting there slowly, but I will be there soon. Now for keynotes, it's different game. I can speak out my heart for a longer time. So the chances of being over time is quite less. My friends, Toastmasters who are listening to me, competitions, elections are all good in Toastmasters. But what's more important, what we become in this process, it's very important. Once a contestant, a speech contestant, who I respected a lot, and I still do, for all the speeches this contestant used to make, all the messages. But one fine day after a loss in a speech contest, I was surprised to see the contestant writing all over social media that is it worth to give so much of time and contest, and then judges don't recognize your talent. So I was shocked. A person whom I was inspired by all those years of fantastic messages I used to take home so much, writes just these 2 lines. I happened to speak to that contestant. And when did I speak to that contestant? The same contestant took part in another category in one of the division contests. And I went up to the contestant. I said, congratulations, you actually won today. So the contestant just told me, well, DTM Ali, it seems the judges recognize my talent today. Now I was shocked to hear that. I took the contestant to the side and I said, well, it's the same bunch of people always, same emotions. It's never that some people recognize your talent, some don't on purpose. There is a set criteria. Yes, there is a lot of emotional intelligence attached to it, but surely don't take it negatively the day you don't make it. And that contestant did feel guilty and is still contesting till date, very happily, without any more complaints. So contests, elections are all part of Toastmasters journey. And if you read the objectives, leadership elections are for serving purpose. In a speech contest, it's for learning to make us better speakers. So in an organization where we are simply to become better speakers and better leaders, why do we bring our ego into it? It's very natural we bring into it. We can dwell on our egos for a while, but don't make it the only purpose of Toastmasters journey. Are we here to rumble with people or ourselves? At times we take our speech contest or elections so seriously, we get into rumble with people. So I learned over my leadership journey, over these past 18 years, and I can see some chat coming to me. Are you seriously in Toastmaster for 18 years? You look 18 right now. I'm seeing all those kind of funny chat. So yes, I have been there for long. And in one of my keynotes in India and Chennai, I said this, and some of you might have heard that. 18 years back, I used to have 6 packs. Now I have family pack. So that's the difference. But yes, I've been there for a very long time. And I give credit to Toastmasters International for all these experiences. It's not like leadership maturity or speaking maturity came into me from day one. It had its own phases, some good, some bad, some ugly. And this is why from my keynotes, I want everybody to realize that in this game of rumble, we are not here to rumble with people. There are so many different personalities. If you won the rumble game with person A, person B might beat you down someday, and person C might pick you up someday. But let us not reach to that phase of rumble with people. We are only here to rumble with ourselves. With every role I have taken, from the morning keynote session and the keynote session today, I learned that taking notes, it's very important. And I actually took my notes after the morning session. And I have been preparing for this session. What am I going to speak today? So This is what I call opportunity, a rumble with myself. So in one of other picks from my bag, if we want to become the world champion of public speaking, there is a lot of rumble game there. There's a lot to rumble with ourselves, improving ourselves from the club level, division, district, region quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals. Once we start rumbling with ourselves, we start fighting with the weak person we are and getting there to become someone better. It's no more about the award anymore. It's just like what we became from point A to point Z in our journey in Toastmasters. Well, sorry, in Toastmasters, there is no point Z. The loop keeps going on. So I just say A and B always. So if we want to become the world champion of public speaking, once one of my favorite contestants asked me, a district champion, a district runner-up, Ali, why don't I win the district championship? This is when we were 8 countries in the Middle East. The only tip I could give to win world champion of public speaking, especially in the phase we are right now in, you have to start judging. You have to start taking roles in your club as evaluator, as timer. You have to take roles in your XCOM. So then what happened? The person told me, why do I need to do all this? I don't need to become a club president to win. I just mentioned that there is a lot of maturity you need to become world champion of public speaking. The few world champion of public speaking with whom I had an opportunity to talk to go out with, I always saw this maturity in many of them. They are world champion of public speaking most of the times, whether they are in a very casual talk, keynotes. So that maturity is very important. And I've seen great speakers who are not mature speakers. Talking for 5 to 7 minutes is one thing, but having a speaker's personality is another thing. In the morning session, someone wrote in the chat that we watch what our leaders say and we watch their actions also. So this is very important. We need to pick up those roles around us to become a complete package if we want to become world champion of public speaking. So we need to take other roles. In Toastmasters, we pick certain skills and we apply in our professional life and personal life. What's happening right now, we pick a lot of skills from Club A, we apply it in Club B. And from Club B, we apply it to Club C. So the challenge for everybody who is listening today is to get out of that loop of Club A, B, C and taking it out to your professional and personal lives. So this is very important. Rumble with your own self. We are not here to rumble with other people. And if we really want to rumble with other people, there are other arenas to do that. You can watch the movie Gladiator if you wish, and you can know where to rumble. But in Toastmasters, I just need to rumble with myself to become a better human being, a better leader, a better speaker. Thank you very much for having me. Over to you, Division E Director and the MC of the day, TABASSUM Ali. I hope I finished on time. Thank you so
much. Thank you so much. That was really wonderful from our Regional Advisor 11, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali. This was the most cutest rumble which I have ever heard from our DTM. He's generally Ali. Ali is like roar. So a cute rumble and a roar, and let's never grumble, all I can say. After this wonderful keynote speech, let us move on to our segment of general evaluation. As you see, any speeches to take us to the next level, we need to have it evaluated, and the feedback makes us a better person. So let me introduce our general evaluator for today. That is Dr. Fatima Abdu. Dr. Fatima Abdu
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. And thank you so much for the keynote speech conducted by none other than our region advisor, DTM Ali Shahbaz. Now we came to the most important segment in any Toastmasters meeting, that is evaluation, that enhances our skills and sharpen the soul. Of course, evaluation is very important. As a general evaluator, I will conduct this session and I have a team. This segment actually will be conducted and divided into some segments. The first one will be introducing the speech evaluators. And since we have 2 speakers, so we have 2 evaluators. The second segment will be for the grammarian. Then I will introduce the counter. And lastly, I will introduce the HARK master. To 3 minutes. And I would like to ask our timer to explain the time for each evaluator. Would you please do, DTM AREEJ?
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Each evaluator will have from 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card, 2.5 the yellow card, and 3 minutes will show the red card, and they will have 30 seconds grace period. And for each counter and grammarian, they will have 1 minute, and I will be showing the red card. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM AREEJ. You make it very easy for me to explain the time for even the grammarian and the counter. Now, we will start the evaluation session by introducing 2 amazing evaluators. The first evaluator is the evaluator of this first speaker, DTM FARHAZ FAROUK. She is a champion of District 20 for evaluation and table topics speech contest. Please help me welcome DTM Nancy VIJO.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator DTM Fatima ABDO. Distinguished Toastmasters from all over the world, District Trio, amazing people out there, and that very speaker of mine who over and over drilled in that message that for deep down inside, we're all exactly the same. DTM Farhaz, good afternoon. When I started listening to your speech, I started taking down so much and everything turned out to be positive. I was so confused. What am I going to pin down? What do I give as a suggestion? And trust me, look, all this is just about your speech. You have inspired me to a great extent, I must say. And specifically today, there are 5. Usually I can only point out 3, bring out 3 positives, but I couldn't help myself but to bring out 5 points that I found best about your speech. Number 1, your use of vivid imagery, the Nile, the burning sun, the sand, I could feel it all. The second, your usage of humor, cricket, animal and game, the mutual feeling, I give it back in style. Oh yeah, we tell there, I do give it back in style too. The learning bad words, trust me, I did the same too when I started to learn Arabic. The third one is your usage, brilliant usage of words, like all the words that were taken by the grammarian today. Every word was there in your speech. Your body language, DTM Farhaz, the way you just zoomed in into the camera and zoomed out, I was awed. Your camera presence is amazing and second to none. And the great universal message where you said for deep down inside, everybody is the same, that rang a bell. And with that itself, you have nailed all the objectives that you were supposed to. For example, to inspire with content and to inspire with audience, every single objective I have ticked off over here. Amazing job. Now, like always, there will always be some suggestions that we could incorporate or probably think about to make our speech or to take it to the next level. I have 3 main points for you here. I would like you to refocus, restructure, and rebalance. Let me explain it in detail. Refocus. Now, when I listen back or think back to your entire speech, my focus is on the Nile, the wife, the river, the life. I would recommend that you refocus from Nile and river to granny, the nasties, and you. Second, you restructure your speech. I would suggest you tie your speech with reiterating phrases, specifically with your title. Like, for example, for deep down inside, we're exactly the same. Use your personal experiences that you stated and reconnect it there. Now rebalance it. So right now, I know the emotional, I know the value, I can understand the relationship, the emotional feel between your wife, between their nasties. But somewhere I didn't feel that between your granny. How do you feel? How does your granny look? What is she? How did she inspire you? It was a sudden abrupt change. So all in all, summing up, refocus, restructure, and rebalance, and you will be a great and a greater and a greater speaker, for sure, the world champion someday. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful evaluation, DTM Nancy. Thank you so much. And now it's time to introduce our second evaluator for the second speaker. The second speaker was DTM Ola Rashid. She will be evaluated by DTM Noor Muhammad.
Thank you, General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A good day to you all. I'm going to base my evaluation on the 4 foundation pillars of public speaking. Number 1, speaking sincerely. Number 2, speaking with energy and passion. Number 3, to tell engaging stories. And number 4 are the public speaking techniques employed in delivering the speech. The words people use to describe an experience have physical consequences. The social scientists termed a word called embodied cognition for that. So I love the way how DTM Ola used the Spanish proverb and said, life is short, have an adventure. So this is something which has an impact on people. Toastmaster Ola, DTM, I commend you on your attitude towards improving yourself. When you saw something in that confident speaker on that cozy night during 2014, now you will definitely spot an opportunity there. I'm sure you spotted that. Now there is a difference between capability and skill. Capability is what you think you can do, and skill is what you actually can do. I am sure that you spotted an opportunity there in that confident speaker. Now, this is one of the highlights of your speech is your attitude towards evaluation. That is what differentiates people from one another, is the attitude, what they have toward things. That's what differentiates great people from the regular ones. A second highlight of your speech was the brownie jar. I will never forget that brownie jar from your speech. That is the symbolism of how you approach evaluations, how you are dedicated to improving yourself. So that is a great usage of props there. Your gestures and facial expressions were in synchronization with the message what you're giving. So that was one solid point out there. Coming to the recommendations aspect of it, the energy I felt was a bit low. Now the energy makes a whole lot of difference when you deliver a speech. So it would be great if you could focus on the energy aspect of your speech. Your vocal variety, on the other hand, there are some instances where you have shown us amazing vocal variety. For example, where you said about the thing like, oh my God, I am the best speaker in the world. That was a good usage. Nevertheless, the inflection, if you focus on the inflection of your voice, the way in which you raise your voice and drop it down, that variation what you have creates an impact. And if you observe any good speech, there is a series of emotions involved in that: happiness, sadness, loneliness, frustration, elation. So please incorporate these different emotions in your speech so that it becomes more impactful. Number 3 is pauses. Use effective pauses. It's very important to use effective pauses. Overall, I felt your speech had a great impact. I will never forget that brownie jar, and incorporate these suggestions and you would be an amazing speaker for even winning international competitions. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Noor. Now it's time for the second part of our evaluation segment, which is the grammarian role. So by this, I introduce DTM Pon Shakar to introduce his role as a grammarian. The mic is yours, DTM Pon.
Dear General Evaluator, in today's meeting, the language usage was absolutely excellent by all the role players. The 1 minute is not enough to mention all the good usage of language used in today's meeting. So let me highlight some of the good usage. Positive is the new negative word of today. Belly full of Sinhala vocabulary. Delighted speaker is embarking on to make and shake what I am today. And there are a lot of good usage of vocabulary language throughout the meeting. It is very hard to find a scope for improvement, but let me point out very few. My wife and I can be me and my wife. Everyone have seen can be everyone has seen. If we will be late, can be if we are late. And there was a word of the day, zillion. I thought it would be used zillion of time, but it is used a zillion number of time. DTM ALKA used once, TMOD used 5 times, DTM FARHAZ used once, DTM OLA used once, DTM RAM used 3 times, DTM Akshay used 1, DTM Ali Shabazz Ali used twice, DTM Nancy used once. With that, I'll give the stage back to you, GE.
Thank you. In a very short time, he gave a very analytical report about the grammar for today. Thank you so much, DTM Pon. And now it's time for the counter. It will be conducted by none other than DTM Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you, General Evaluator, DTM Fatima, for the introduction. There are zillions of ahs, you know, and the rest. And because I would not be able to say them all in very short time, I already commented on our PQD. So please find your name and pick what you said. I can see repeat word of DTM Nancy, Dada, I know. DTM AREEJ, 14A, 2 ands. DTM Sandy, 6 ands, 2 so's. DTM Ali, I stopped counting because he said BAT, Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, so I felt emotional and then I stopped counting. But 7 as, 1 well, 3 so. And the rest are already visible. TABASSUM, DTM TABASSUM, 7 a, 1 so. Without going into the details and saving some time for the rest, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM. I was putting my hand on my heart. Thank God that I didn't find my name. Okay, now it's time for a very wonderful session that will be the HARK Master Session. It will be conducted by a very wonderful person. She's none other than DTM Sandy STEIN.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Timer, please tell me, I have 1 to 2 minutes, or do I have 2 to 3 minutes? 3, okay, 2 to 3. Great, thank you very much. All right, I appreciate the clarification there. Good, so I found so many amazing things that people have said during this meeting, actually zillions of them. So let's begin. If you can answer me by raising your hand, okay, or actually maybe it's better to have put it into the chat, okay, so that I can see who is the first person that has the correct answer. Okay, so are you ready? Ready to go? Here we go. The first question is, how many clubs did the Toastmaster of the day say that our General Evaluator, DTM Fatima Abdu, is a member of? Fatima, you can't vote. Yes, yes, yes. Actually, stop. Okay, so the counter, Khalid, you got it first. Very good job. Excellent. Okay, he was listening. All right, now, DTM ALKA Kumar, our CGD, she said that a Toastmaster always had to overcome something. What was it that she said a Toastmaster always had to overcome? No, not quite. Not obstacles, not the crisis. Okay, let me give you, almost, not challenges or fear. Okay, no, not nerves. Okay, let me try it again. She said a Toastmaster always has to overcome blank to find opportunity. I'm looking for the exact word. Did anybody catch it? Blank. Yeah, I want to know the blank. Okay, nobody got it. All right, so I'm gonna skip it. I will tell you, she said, Toastmasters always overcome adversity to find opportunity. Challenges was close, but not correct. All right, now, moving on. DTM Farhaz gave us an image. He said he was walking along the, what? Yes, yes, Nancy VIJO, you got it. He was walking along the Nile River. Perfect. Okay, he also said when he saw these nasties in line to give his grandmother blood, what was the answer that the nasty dude gave him saying why he was there? Can anybody tell me? He said, brother, we may have
different opinion.
Sorry, can you please put it in the chat? Hazel, yes, Hazel D'Souza, we are the same skin. We have the same skin. Yes, we also, event chair, we also have a different, we have different colors, but what is it that's the same in, yeah, no, different colors of skin. We have, yes, yes, who said it? Ehsan. Okay, Ehsan said we have the same blood. Perfect. Great job, everybody.
Thank you so much, DTM Sandy STEIN, for this wonderful session. And now it's time for my report as a general evaluator about overall the meeting. Actually, what a wonderful meeting, I must say. We enjoyed each and every segment. Everything went very well. It was very smooth from the very beginning. We are on time. Everything was well conducted. Actually, we also have wonderful speeches by two special and unique persons, and evaluated by very distinguished evaluators. Also, we had a very wonderful session that is table topics conducted by DTM RAMKUMAR. Everyone did a great job. Also, I liked the way we conducted the session of the role of the Toastmaster of the day. She did a great job at the beginning. She gave us a very wonderful introduction about the meeting, about the theme, and she introduced all the role players and gave them a very short briefing about the roles. I also liked the most what she asked about how to adopt the agenda at the beginning, which is one of the best practices that we always do in Toastmasters meeting in order to have high quality meeting. This is wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster TABASSUM Ali. The keynote speech, of course, it was inspirational. You inspired us, Region Advisor DTM Ali Shahbaz, and we learned many lessons from your speech. Thank you so much. I would like just to, because we are human beings, we are not perfect, we have some areas of improvement to improve every and each time. I would like to ask all role players, especially the table topics master, before he conducts his session, to ask the timer to pin the pin video for all the speakers, as well as to explain the time for the segment itself. One more thing is to explain the objectives of the segment, which is very important. How can we highlight the objectives of the table topics session? This is very important. Then, other than that, everything went very well. Thank you so much for this wonderful meeting. And by this, I end my session. But before I end, I would like to ask our timer, are all evaluators qualified? Okay, I will unmute you.
Okay, all evaluator, okay. Unfortunately, one of the evaluators is qualified. The Toastmasters Nancy, she was saved by 1 second because she got 3 minutes, 29 seconds. Toastmasters Noor, 3 minutes, 54 seconds. He's disqualified. And if you want to know about the grammarian and our counter, Toastmaster Bon Shankar, 1 minute 29 seconds, and Toastmasters Khalid, 1 minute 1 second, and Toastmasters Sandy, time flies away, it was 3 minutes 49 seconds. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM AREEJ. I would like to ask our moderator to launch a poll for the best evaluator. Thank you so much. And by this, I end my role and I hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Wonderful DTM Fatima Abdul. Yes, I'll just intervene now. And as when I had asked her about her zeal and zest during the current time, she said she's always positive. No matter what the situation is, surrounding yourself with positive people, make it easy for you to keep your head up, even through tough times. And you have actually proved your positivity today. Thank you so much. Now we are going to launch the poll for all the 3 categories: speaker, table topic, as well as evaluation. So moderator, over to you for launching the poll.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. I'm just requesting our host to edit the poll for the evaluator since one of them has not qualified.
Okay. So shall we conduct the other 2 in the meantime?
They are all together.
They are all together. Just
all
one
together.
Editing it.
DTM Noor is not qualified in the evaluation, so you can remove his name.
Yes, they're doing it.
Please be the director who will launch the poll.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
I believe.
Is the poll launched?
Somebody
No,
launched
we are getting the.
Yes, we are getting the response.
But it should not be like this.
Yeah, just one
It's
moment. Akshay is editing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, please, please.
Yeah, please go ahead with the poll. All the host and co-host won't be able to vote. Rest every audience member. The poll has been live. Let us keep it live for 30 seconds.
Yes, amazing poll. Farhaz, Ola, Farhaz, Ola. Nancy, Noor, Nancy, Noor. Sandy, Akshay, and Jay Prasad. Yes, Jay Prasad, Akshay, Sandy. Noor, Nancy, Noor.
But how can we vote? We are not able to vote.
No, the host cannot vote. Host and co-host. The rest can vote.
Okay, okay.
I have received 36% of response. I shall keep it open for 4 more seconds.
How many more seconds?
4 more seconds. 3:15. We have to switch over. It's already
Okay.
3:40. We have.
How many more minutes we have?
40%, 37% have voted. Last 30 seconds for the poll, then we'll close.
Okay, 30 seconds. Fast. Come on, cast your vote. Vote is very important. Each person counts. %. Come on, let's touch 40 plus. 39%. Yes, 40 plus voted.
Why not 100%? Everybody should vote. All the eligible people should vote.
Come on, show your zeal. Yes, zeal, zest. Your vote will make a difference to the speakers. 45%.
Okay, we'll launch. We'll end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The certificates are ready with me whenever you need them. DTM Murali.
Yes, when I hand it over to DTM Murali, at that time he can announce the results. So now I'll just close the poll here. Coming to the end of our segment, it was a wonderful meeting with lovely keynote speeches, amazing speeches and evaluation. And I would just like to end with a small quote of my favorite, Oprah Winfrey, who always inspires me, keeps the zest and zeal in me, that if yes, she can achieve so much in life, so can we. If you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. So during such times, be happy with your family who all are safe inside your houses, and try to help the ones who are less fortunate. And before I hand over the sail of the ship to another person, I will bid adieu, and I will ask you one thing. What did an ocean say to another ocean? Anyone? What did an ocean say to another ocean? It said nothing. It just waved. So let me wave goodbye to all of you. Stay safe, stay blessed. Happy Ramadan Kareem, all the way from District 20, Kuwait and Bahrain. Over to you, DTM Murli Manohar.
Thank you very much. Big applause to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster and Area Director, TABASSUM. I request our moderator, please send me the results so that I can announce it here personally. I would like to first of all say sincere thanks to DTM Noor Mohammed, who actually let me know about this event, and immediately I contacted the organizers, Toastmaster from India, both Akshay and Hardik Shah. They were very kind enough to be accommodative, and they gave us time as per our convenience. Incidentally, since first session, started at 12 o'clock. I have been there in all the 5 sessions without sleeping. And I'm going to be there for the next, inshallah, possibly till the entire 24 hours, 12 sessions. It's been a great motivational one. And I was very happy to see East Africa, before that India, Australia, and starting with North America. Sitting in Kuwait, I'm able to see the world through Toastmasters. Thanks to COVID-19, though many people have not been able to utilize this opportunity, I've been able to use this platform, like our regional advisor said, zillion, even our CGD said, zillion Toastmasters I'm able to see through this platform. It's a great occasion, and our friends, all the DTMs, incidentally, I wanted to do this with all the DTMs, and most of the people who came forward, thank you very much for DTM Nancy Viju, who came forward first to take up the lead, and thereafter we had a lot of people. We left only one, that is Toastmaster of the day, because she was busy with various activities. Once our activities were over, because she comes into my area, my division, I immediately told her to take, and she did a great job. Zeal, Zenith, and this is a great, this 3 words or prayer was actually coined by her. I had a different one, but thanks to you, TABASSUM Ali. And I want to thank each and every role player, and especially my colleagues, Division B Director, DTM KHALID ABDULLA, DTM D Director, DTM Dr. SANKAR PANDIAR, DTM Dr. FATIMA ABDO, Division F Director, as well as immediate past Director, DTM RAMKUMAR Nachupalli. Our Zoom moderator, who has been our Pitama for Zoom since the time the Zoom has started, at least in our vicinity, is none other than Area Director KAJETAN BARETTO. All the role players, they did a great job. We were actually thinking whether we'll be overshooting the time, but alas, we had controlled each and everything. I have to make a special mention, although our TMOD has told, our timer, DTM AREEJ JAAFAR, she has come back after being in the hospital yesterday, and she has done a great job. And thanks to her for coming back and rejuvenating us with our zeal and enthusiasm. Before I leave the platform, I would like to announce, with the permission of our host, main host, the winner of this session. And please give a big round of applause, please. I would like to have all the people's mics unmuted and video seen. I will start with one of the most important sessions. Although there has been one disqualification, we also got some votes in that, which is the same thing. Did a great job. Our best evaluator award goes to DTM District Champion Nancy VIJO. Great. Excellent. I appreciate the person, DTM NOOR, who has made this e-certificates also. Thank you, DTM NOOR. You have been there always with us. And although you have been disqualified, even our evaluator champion has commented that you are excellent. That shows our magnanimity and your role as an evaluator. Thank you. Congratulations, DTM NOOR, DTM Nancy VIJO, for your success and as the best evaluator. Now, coming to the toughest session, whether Kuwait or Singapore, who is the best speaker? A man who is living in a country without river, speaking about Nile River. DTM FAROUK, FARHAZ is the best speaker of the day. Congratulations. Congratulations. Up comes the toughest session, the most exciting session in any Toastmaster event. Any Toastmaster event, whenever I go, I like to be a participant in this session because I'm disqualified in other sessions. This is table topics. And the great table topic session conducted by our DTM RAMKUMAR Nachipalli. Thank you very much. Though we had only 3 speakers, they gave a very great speeches. Our best table topic speaker award goes to drum rolls, please. Drum rolls. Yes, she is none other than DTM STEIN. Congratulations, DTM STEIN. Excellent work, excellent speech, and she was the first person also to come forward when we started this session to be a table topic speaker. With this note, I hand over the podium. With all your support, we could achieve that. I want to thank our keynote speaker, our own District 20, our family member, DTM Ali Shabazz Ali, Regional Advisor 11, who has given a great keynote speech. I would also like to thank our trio, DTM Wafa Salman, our District Director, DTM Mohammed Saleem, our Program Quality Director, DTM ALKA KUMRA, our Growth Director. With this note, I'm thanking each and every person for having come forward to take up this role, and to our main host, Toastmaster Hardik and Akshay. Thanks a lot. We are very happy, and I will be with you, inshallah, till the end of the session. Over to you. And anyone who would like to make any comment, you can just comment now. Come forward, open your mic and speak. Give me 2 minutes, Akshay.